Hello and welcome back. This is episode 12 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. Last episode we spoke to the representative from the Wild Pines, and as a result, because we don't have our badge, we need to investigate a drug ring. Where is it? This one. Just a new badge, or perhaps you did her a favor. Yeah, so the favor... Oh, here we go. Apparently the union is smuggling in drugs. And we have to talk to the truck drivers to get more information. Yeah. So we've got a new investigation. We got some smokes. We didn't smoke them. But let's just do that just to tick the box. Where are we? Cigarettes. How do I use his left? How do I use? how do I do the cigarette? -1 health. Oh no, that's right. I wasn't going to do that because we don't have any health boosters. So let's get out of here. Oh, where did our torch go? Torch. Alright, what's next on the agenda? Creepy mannequin room. We're still having trouble getting to the harbour because we can't make that jump, and we're not going to bow down to the guard. 17%. No, thank you. So there's nothing we can really do there. By 2 AM everyone's asleep. I don't need the torch anymore. Flare. Can't believe my clothes have taken away from my savoir-faire. Am I better off not wearing pants? No, that is not, not a good idea by any sense of the word. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at our to-do list. Annette, we don't need to talk to you. Rent, we don't have enough money for that. Can't get the boots. Murder weapon. Find a way into the secret path. We haven't really gone... Whirling rags. We're not allowed into the kitchen until after 1. What's up here? This guy is a racist, and our mind advised us not to deal with it at the moment. Alright, that's the scab union guy. Or, I don't know who he is. Let's go this way and see if there's anyone down here. We could start looking into this drug. This drug ring. We tried to get her attention before, but she ignored us.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted back to reality. I was hoping... You're right, ma'am, you're out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in the traffic jam. In the 50s.
Wait, what's so bad about the 50s?
Men have small jaws, and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When else would you be then?
Back in Mefke, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and coffees are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boydero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you come along, that is.
Who's Gabriel Buenguerro?
Is Gabriel Buenguerro.
She shows you a photograph of the lavish amber frame. Take a look. A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark and as an oil slick, and his jaw is the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever
He
seen.
was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of the cinema whenever he came on the screen, and schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
She leaned back, savouring the world she's conjured up. Rhetoric. In all likelihood, it's a world only ever existed in her mind. So I take it you're in mess when you were young?
Someone was.
She nods that the meaning were perfectly clear. Someone, are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They are beautiful. That is all that matters, beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know. All of this.
Reaction speed. All of what? The world, the present. Sorry to interrupt your dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, low man. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrowed and she appeared to take your measure.
While you people were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Mezque, it was a golden age.
Encyclopedia. The Republic of Mess is a massive confederation in the Isle of Mundi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a patrestate, a constitutional monarchy, and as of recently an outcast due to its tilt to the far right. Right, I have some other questions for you.
Why not, Jerife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, knickknacks, lime the dashboard. What are you hauling? Diamonds, really? Of course not, she says, grinning. But wouldn't it be marvellous if I was? Okay, what are you really hauling? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry? I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Electrochemistry. She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason. Wait, you get high off driving a lorry? Oh, it's so much more than high where I go, Zarif. It's low. I go to the bottom. She closes her eye in reverie. Yeah, she's definitely some kick. Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later. What if the cargo's contraband? Then it's contraband, lawman. What? Do you want me to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like a bad hand. Hermenegildo. Bad hand Hermenegildo. Bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people. I still don't understand this whole Badiro thing. Of course not. To truly understand the Badiro, you need to listen to On the Western Plain. A Badiro, Boya for short, is a cow herder from upstream Magritte, the great steeps of North Mesk. He is rugged, individualist, and explorer. Okay, what's that? It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring Badiro. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. I'm guessing that doesn't happen? Of course not. The Badiro returned from the Western Plain, a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Magritte, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. Drama. In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes. I think I see where this is going. So the Badiro strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off because the Western Plain is calling to him. Nod solemnly, a beautiful song. The most beautiful. A true Badiro needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a Badiro. Before I came here, you seemed away. She was just distracted. She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe get back to her things. She doesn't think she's a smuggler. You hear that, lawman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. Should you drive a lorry if you get like that? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm none of the best Cameroons around. I drive routes no one else will. What routes? Le Mont Sauveland, yada yada yada, Western Plain. She nods, letting the mind submerge. The Transcada Magistral. All the good ones. The deep trenches where the bluebirds fly. Cool. Right until you're dust, sister. I already am dust. You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs. What do I need drugs for, lawman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. The adversary. Yes. There's a protagonista, she gestures to the intersection, and an adversario. I am the side of the adversary. There is no coming back from that hall. Rhetoric. Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. It's not really what I was getting at. And what were you getting at? Drama. Maybe she thought you're corrupt. I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in smuggling some drugs. Why would I want to do that? For commerce. Lawman, what in the name of God are you talking about? Let's leave. I don't think she knows anything. Well, if she does, I'm not very good at finding out what it is, so... Let's go back to our old friend up here. Where is he? The first one we spoke to. Yeah, this guy. I don't think he will be smuggling...
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs. Ah man, me and narcotics go way back. He folds his hand behind his head and leans back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know. But, he pauses, the memory dissipates. Those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man? Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. The lieutenant steps in. We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbour to load onto the lorry and drive to Jamrock. Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. The jam's got folks up in arms and I'm afraid we're headed to a conflagration. Who do you think could be conducting the trade? Look, man, I try to stay away from criminal underbelly of Revetro. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions. We wouldn't say he's lying, sir. I don't know, because they said there were 3 people who could potentially know about these drugs, but I do not know where the 3rd person is. I've only ever spoken to him and her. Maybe down here? Ooh, what's... Oh, here we go. What's this? Parlor clothes. They're clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes smelling
Don't
strangers.
be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Rhetoric. Save the economy? That sounds off. What are you talking about? Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash. Keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Doesn't make any sense. Why does the economy need saving? Look around, officer. You see these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy you want to leave your children? It's just nature. Power of economics expand. Weakness contract. I can't go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once the economy goes extinct, it messes up the whole ecosystem. You've got to think about the consequences. Clothes. You find your hands deep in tattered, unfaded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss, like an old person with no money. Economically, but also trendy. Look first-hand buy, second-hand keep the economy moving. 92. Something cold grazes your hand, synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker, surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof sport. All in different typefaces. Good choice, officer. Mega Sporty goes for 450. -1 to shivers, +1 to composure. No. We don't... I think our shivers isn't very good as is. 2. No. Alright, well... Maybe down here. I don't know where this last... hot air rises from the sewers. Sour, acidic, strangely comforting. I do not know where the last... truck driver is that may have information regarding the drugs. Let's have a look. So we've got him, that's fine, he doesn't... have anything to say. Is it this racist?
Welcome to Revachol.
I don't think so. Who else is around here? Anyone? Just the big guy, but I don't think...
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
No, not him. Was there someone in the whirling and rags that we spoke to earlier? I think that might be it. Let's go inside. I think there was someone sitting at the counter here. I can't remember. They're asleep. That's right. Who was it? Oh, he's gone now. Let's have a look. I didn't think we were allowed in here. The tomatoes are the tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. I don't know where he went. Alright. We can't really do much with that at the moment. If he's not there, I don't know who it is. That guy just rambles. Yeah, that's fine. These two old men are just playing their game. Let's head north. See if we can... Because we need to go up a level so we can try and make that jump. We'll head north. I think this is where the fishing village might be. Possibly. We still don't have a map. No, this is where the Wild Pines representative is. What's up here? Oh, that's right. Let's have a chat to... Reluctantly have a chat to...
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
So apparently she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She's not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out?
Are you sleeping right now? Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to talk to you. Health item gained. It's just a morale. 1. See that guy? Oh, we've got smokes now. How do we get up to him? Oh, here we go. You see a young man on the balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Drama. It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness, and the balcony has a great view of the whole thing. Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks, adjusting his shirt. Half light. Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring window.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging? I can tell you that you finally got him down, thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinese standards. What were you doing last Sunday? Oh, he waves lazily with his cigarette. You already asked me that, didn't you? Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching? Pretty sure I didn't. No, not you. Someone more muscular type. The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down. And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman? Last week. I don't know, look. He looks around the courtyard again. All patio chairs and dead house plants litter the scene. He's an actor declaiming soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word. You didn't answer the question. Where were you doing last Sunday? I had friends over. What kind of friends? It was my Sunday friend. Electrochemistry. A Sunday friend. How intriguing. What's your friend's name? Did he see something? He doesn't reply gesturing no with his cigarette. He's gesturing no. In the neighbouring window, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Can you tell me your name? My name is Martin Martinez. That's definitely not his real name. You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you? No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Alright, we'll talk later. No, we won't. He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing out on the balcony. Now, if you excuse me, I really need to get going. It cannot be retried. I don't have a choice. A suggestion. I've only got, one suggestion. No. Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself on the ground. Please don't go stop drinking. I'll take the trash out. Just please don't leave me. Trash. The young man shakes his head in confusion. Empathy. Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside. Listen, I really have to go. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail. Ah, there it goes. Wasted. You would have got at least a few good drags out of it. New task. The smoke on the back. Good luck with your investigation. He walks away. He's gone. Lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should have run after him, see where he went. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. So we just give up? He could be a witness, him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we can find a way in, we can ask around for his apartment. A stone lying, turn it over. A key. A key. This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. How are we going to find the right one? We'll just have to go in and see. Alright. Every day there's a new clue. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on each of these. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smell of laundry detergent. 1 to logic, -1 to authority. No, I need the authority. An old shoe rack, boot sneakers, old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. Is this someone's house? Oh. Shared bathroom. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Alcohol, Vesic, morale. Alright. Balcony. Here we go. Oh, Revachol. The curtain shifts as though someone is watching from within. The breaker box full of cigarette butts and electrical wires. Revachol. I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. If you knew that, I'm very sorry. Just a door, nothing for you to see right here. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. 28 door, a door to be remembered. This door to 29. Complete silence, whoever lives here isn't home. This is door apartment 30. A voice within sing along to a buoyant dance track. Okay. We can't get over there at the moment. And we can't enter any of these doors by the looks of it. There's nothing else here. Alright, we'll go back inside. Let's have a look around. Someone has drawn 5-pointed star on the wall. This isn't just a 5-pointed star, it's an inverted white pentagram cradled the wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. Inspect the symbol closer. The star and antlers were developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Everybody today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, fear in equal measures. Why is the star upside down? To symbolize the toppling of an old order. Also, some social democrats were using it already. Still with the antlers, the wreath of the antlers represents a natural crown. It's about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Why white? Because white is the colour of peace. What does it invoke in me? Nothing at all right now, just meaningless shapes on the wall. Padlock door. This door has been closed with a padlock. Chalk draw number on the board says 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackles are deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of this. Better whip out those cutters, won't get very far otherwise. It's not. No reply, okay. Let's just do some break-in. Because why not? 92. Lovely. The shackle snaps like a twig and lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now. After you, detective. Kim doesn't have a problem with this. Flamboyant poster for White Star, real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Books of critical theory on monstrosities of capitals and such. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns. A 9mm bullet. And a lounge jacket. Can we just take this stuff? Does Kim get upset? What does our current jacket get us? S decor. It's currently at 4. So, well, that's at 5 anyway. We can just sell it. I think it was a 5, wasn't it? Close. Yeah. +1 to interfacing. We don't need that at the moment. Electrochemistry. Okay. I really do need some new clothes. What else is in here? A busk. Busk of Mazov, a plaster cast bust who's a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth leaves Mazov. Why does this tenant have a bust of Mazov in their bedroom? The White Star, the photo on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. He looks around before me. How fitting. Anything else in this room? No, but we just randomly broke into someone's room. And Kim seems fine with it. You hear something walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. Number 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. Sound like a woman. Woman's shoes. This time steps closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice. This is the police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting defensive edge. Do you have a warrant? I'm not obliged to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go, the lieutenant says. We don't have a reason to go inside that apartment. It's generally easier to do things if you literally have any reason. That's true. We'll take a postcard. Just stealing everything. What's in this box? More money. The door is number 9. Okay. It's locked. Can we knock on it? No? Okay. What have we got? Hello.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine, fine. Don't you worry about me.
Ugh. She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
What you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and their residence. Who are you? I'm no one, just an old woman who cleans the hallways. Do you live here? You can call it living. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. I have a little room upstairs right next to the cold room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain. No, she just juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have a bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. Rhetoric. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty. I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoke on the balcony. Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. Perception hearing. Somewhere in the building a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. What's he in trouble for? No trouble, I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he is? Talk. The cleaning lady starts laughing, but turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. What was so funny about that? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. So one of those doors up there, she points out. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. We should check our apartment and balcony, see if he's home. Let's have some questions. Who lives in apartment 10? No one lives there. It's been empty for months. But I talked to someone through the door. Impossible, the cleaning lady said, shaking her head. I would know if someone had moved in. Maybe it's those counterculture people again, breaking into our houses like it's public space. You're a policeman. Could be good to take a look. Will you? Sure. Why not? We're here. Just taking on more jobs. As long as we don't have to walk too far, then I don't mind taking on more. Despite the fact that we're already... I keep complaining that we're not ticking off enough off our list. Who lives behind the padlock door? Oh, that's one is a scientist, a future scholar. Some of the old-faced ladies beaming. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study astrology. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. Are you sure you don't mean astronomy? That's what I said, astrology. The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say let it go. Esticore, come on. People try to keep up any standard here. It's not about stars. It's forget it. What can you tell me about Cindy? The artist? Cindy was the one who told us about the girl with the boots. She scoffs. Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leans on her broom. She leaves the old lady to her business more than I can say for others. Thank you, old lady. We'll go outside. Let's quickly have a look down here. A note reads foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Sea below looks cold and winter grey. Someone has torn down the wall. Nosefed. Alright, health. An old grocery list on the table and checks. What happened here? You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall. It would still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing for great value remains here. Except for the stuff in the fridge. Indeed. Alright, now that we've got the health thing, we can probably have a cigarette. Cigarata. How do I have a cigarata? Oh, there it is. Brave little arm in your pocket. The first smoke platoon. 20 brave souls standing at salute, ready to step in the fire for you. Ignore the thought. Already you regret it looking at the pack, but don't worry. You can come back to this later. The army of smokers is honourable and faithful to you. You have your entire life to return to it. You've passed up for a chance to start smoking cigarettes for now, but don't worry. The option to unlock it becomes available again in 3 hours. Well, that's alright. Because I can barely afford the rent, let alone a smoking habit. And when I say barely can afford the rent, I cannot afford the rent. It's 20 real. I have 3.93. Apartment 10. This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in? Excuse me? Of course not. You have plenty of reason to enter. I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in. Oh, come on. There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked. Well, that was easy. That was smart, the lieutenant says, nodding towards the unlocked door. Thank you, Kim. Let's go inside. Hello, you look out of place. A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. Looks like a fine mattress. Don't be ridiculous, you hear it swarming with bugs. Hello, real estate. Satisfied? My name is Marie Charpentier, and I'm agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I'm not breaking in, and I have every right to be here. The keys see. She jingles a set of keys in her hand. Boy, there are a lot of different keys there, more than 20 at least. Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? She fumbles through her purse. I don't need your ID to ask some questions. Very well. But please make it quick. She slips her passport back into her purse and checks her watch. I need you back at La Delta in an hour. Who lived in this foreclosed apartment down the hallway? Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighbouring door, and there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? She spreads her hands. And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone just like that. The sums must have been puny. My money has also disappeared, I think. Well, it does not disappear from my hand. No, I don't let it. So what happened to the wall? Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time and resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now across her chest. What are you doing here? She sighs and looks around. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenants completely trashed the place. Reprehensible. Who lived here? It was some kind of moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You think they'd make rent? She stops hesitating. Composure. A sudden serious look crosses her face. This story didn't have a happy ending. But that was months ago anyway. Was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. That's all. Thank you. Of course. She replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. Can we take this stuff? Oh, that's a lot of moral points. Oh, some nice shoes. What was that? Close. 1 to indirect modes of taxation. What is that? Well, whatever it is, it's better than our minus... that does 1 to composure though. What's our composure at the moment? 6. It's huge. But it had a -1 to savoir-faire, which we need. So let's change our shoes. I don't know what that does. Is indirect mode... Here we go. It's one of these. But we can't access it. That's right. It takes off that negative here. So that's good. The luxury of fine things. Just looking at those black monk straps after spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? You're right, beautiful things do make people happy. Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power, crafting your style, draping your flesh in skin and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal, ultra-liberal. Rhetoric. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into the free market ideology. Wow, you work hard. I do work hard, thank you. Oh yes, you hustle, you're a provider, it's tough out there, but to keep it real and provide. What hard work? Yeah, I guess I do. Oh yeah, like a horse, a workhorse for hard working. What hard work do I do exactly? Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down the cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum floors after you re-emerged. That's the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way and you wanted to break it. You ride. I'm not sure I ride. Oh, you do. You make money. You got gills, baby, meaning those black peepers with the face of the innocent on them. You bring them for Franchengo and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in, day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer. Oh, and there's that pawning stuff off to that suspicious guy, Ron. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Shake him for shit and pawn it off. I guess I made some gills for sure. Sure. And Has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now ask yourself, are you rich? No, I'm not. That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? I don't know. Why am I so poor? Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Rhetoric. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in Gossamer State, that is Revolche? Or, sorry, Revachol? I thought there were no taxes. You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gossamer State's a myth. It's total coalition government. It's taking 98% of all your money. Sure, that seems like a pretty big number. What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples? This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into free market type. I don't want to take on another thing. What are you? A racist? Don't be a racist. Be a cool immigrant, ultra liberal, free market advocate. Ride or die. Go away. Yeah, I don't know. Are we done with that task? Report back to the cleaning lady. Okay.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any countercultural people in apartment 10, just the real estate agent setting up for a new tenant. I see. She takes out her handkerchief and wipes her nose. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Let's have a look. I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs a slow change. Yes, well, she doesn't know what to say. She just comments, I hope they're good people. Your statements are too vague to comment on. All right. Now, we might wrap this one up there, I think. Let's head out. Oh wait, it was this balcony up here. I just know sometimes a lot of these conversations can take a while. Balcony. What apartment was it? 28? Revachol. I don't think this is the correct way. Visual calculus. Ruination has come. The broken arches betray once grand history of this building. It's towered above the harbour until it happened. From a guess about what happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline, fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as defensively war against the worst of the shelling, until it was destroyed and they had direct firing line. The wind blows through your hair, the sea breeze cuts you around, high on the balcony as you stare out over the edges. Take in the ocean. The waves of the Martinez Inlet roll in the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. Logic. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean. Look at the ruins in the water. Those arches act as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Who did this? A fleet. The combined armies of Officer and Grad, with mess volunteers, 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful the ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow of the water, far in the northeast, cannon still ready to placate Revachol. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city? The Coalition, says the lieutenant, but it was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here. No worries, Kim. As I was saying, I'll just have a quick look. Who's this?
Ooh.
Oh, it's Cindy.
The piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
Perception. That's not smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil. Is that heavy fuel oil? He studies the content of Cindy's bucket. Red dyed heavy fuel oil intended to be exclusively used in government vehicles, to be precise. What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself back in Jamrock. Fumes are bad for you, okay. Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage. Thanks, Cindy. Did we walk past you when we came out? No, there's another door. Let's have a look at this one. This looks rusty, you can't get in. The chairs knew someone lives back there. Alright. Okay. Ooh. Oh, this must be the cleaner's room. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. Rats of the city. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last several winters. Smells of chemicals. Electrochemistry reaction speed. I'm getting stuff to sell. I might be able to afford to pay the rent tonight. What's this? Oh, nothing. What have we got here? Nothing, nothing, nothing. 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 Alright. Need to pass time, buy a book. Let's see if Cindy's got anything about that room.
Hello again, officers.
Is that your bed coal room yours?
Have you come
Oh
to
no, not only have you
admire
found my
my
address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. Perception. She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal. But I guess it'll have to do. It's not nice, but I guess I have to do. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. She looks at the paint dripping down the wall. Like me, right? Now I'm doing nothing at all. You're a miner? Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never does. Don't you have a real home? Does anyone in the city like this? She replies, wistfully looking around. Alright, thanks, Cindy. So, that... just Kim. Nothing else? Okay. We'll go wait outside the smoker's room. Maybe I should put some into health. God, there's so many things to do. Alright, we broke into that communist guy's room. Whoops. Balcony. Must have known. It's like 3 times this has come up now. Revachol. Okay, up. Go. It must be this one here. What we might do, we might wrap it up there, and then the next time we can start chatting to this guy and go from there. We did not... our to-do list has only gotten bigger. I don't know. I'm just hoping some of these things don't expire, because then I'm in trouble. We got some things done. We got 2 things done. Hooray. Yeah, I hope these things don't expire, because I am taking a little while. But I feel like I'm doing okay. But yeah, any advice for this game or for the channel would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.